Real quick, the only ask I could ever have of you guys is to help spread the word so we can help more women lose body fat, build muscle, reach their goals, and feel insanely confident. And the only way we can do that is if you rate, review, and share this podcast. So the single thing I ask for you to do is if you could leave a review. It will take you 10 seconds, and it will mean the absolute world to me and may change the world of someone else. What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to the Macro Hour with Nikkiey Stott, co-founder of WarriorBabe. And on this podcast, we talk about mindset, methodologies, and tactics that will help you lose body fat, build muscle, be strong, and feel insanely confident. I am your host, Nikkiey Stott, and welcome to today's episode 183, where we're actually going to pull a throwback and bring it back up into the mix, as I feel like it's it super resonates with me right now as I'm just getting back from travel. And two, I know it will resonate with you guys because we're ending the end of summer and kids are starting to go back to school, and you guys are getting in like your last minute trips or like your last minute travels, or like maybe you're just coming back from the vacation that you had planned and you're wondering how you can get back on track, or you maybe need like that little boost of motivation that will help get you back on track. So today we're pulling, I believe this was like episode 84. We're bringing this back, and this is like going to help you guys. I'm going to give you guys specifically 5 strategies that will help you guys reclaim your routine after you've been traveling. So with that being said, let's get into it, you guys. Welcome to episode number 84, where I'm going to talk about a real life experience I'm currently experiencing right now and pretty much give a pep talk to both you and me. Okay? So with that being said, I want to talk to you guys about what you can do when you're struggling to get back into a routine post traveling. Okay, this is like travel season. July, August are one of the busiest months of the year with travel. And right now, I am personally experiencing going from one trip to another trip. So I just got back from Miami. I was at a conference this past weekend, and it's like day 3 of being home. And the first 2 days were super rough. Okay. So let me actually backtrack to before Miami and that trip. I was on my grind, you guys. I was up at 5:15 in the morning. I was in the gym an hour later, and I had crushed the hardest thing to me personally, which is doing my workout. I had crushed that first thing in the morning, done, dusted, complete. And that felt so good for me. Like, shout out to you AM crew workouts. To workout goers, like I totally get why you vibe with working out in the morning. Like, I was the person who was like, nah, I have to go in the afternoon. Like, I have way more energy. I have more food in my system, and that's just how it has to be. Well, paradigm shift, okay? And I'm all about I'm all about trying new things, implementing new things into my routine, being a human experiment to myself, all of the things, right? So doing this and doing the morning workout, I felt incredible throughout the rest of the day. I had insane energy, high energy, like felt incredible, felt amazing. I was so productive, right? There's a difference between being productive and being busy. Your girl was the most productive that she has ever been in like the last 2 months. And I attribute it to the morning workout, which was like the last month prior to going to Miami. Okay. Got so much done. And like, again, my energy was through the roof. And also my ability to communicate and articulate my words came so much easier and was so much more concise. And, it was just like this or that, right? It was like matter of fact, like just laying it out, like as it should be said, right? And not like going all over the place, which sometimes I'm very good at doing. That's why I do this podcast, because I just love talking. Okay, so that was me before Miami, right? Morning workout goer, all the things, felt incredible. I was like, damn, this feels amazing. Like, I'm like, how long have I've been an avid afternoon workout goer for like the last 4 years. And so come home from Miami, right? And I hope like my whole what's the word I'm looking for? My whole outcome or like thing that I hope that you take away for this podcast today is you probably feel the way I feel, or you have an upcoming trip and so you're going to be able to know how to navigate this a little bit better. And second, I'm going to give you some tactics on like what I've implemented in the literally last 24 hours that has been the absolute game changer for me. So coming over Miami, right? I came home on a Sunday. It's now a Wednesday. And Monday, I like just dabbled. Like, and like, I'm okay. Like at first I was beating myself up that like I wasn't getting back into my routine immediately because I've shared that with you guys before. I have shared that like, first thing I do is focus on the nutrition that I'm eating right away when I get home. I meal prep, all of these things. I can get back into my routine so easily. This time I'm struggling and I'm being real raw and honest with you about that. And so Monday I like dabbled. Monday I didn't do much. Monday I actually went golfing for the whole day and then I took a 2-hour nap in the afternoon. So this is what I'm going to share with you with tactic number 2 when I get to breaking down the tactics with you. I have 5 tactics to share with you. Excuse me. So that was my vibe on Monday. I didn't do much. Okay. Tuesday rolls around. I went to bed super early on Monday. Monday night, I set my alarm, 5:15. I'm like, yo, Nikki, you got to do all the things. Like, you got to get back into this routine because I am traveling again on Thursday. So I only had about like three days, really. Yeah, 3 days to be back in my groove. And I wasn't happy with how I showed up on Monday. So I set my alarm Monday night, 5:15 in the morning. And I told myself, you're getting up. You're going to do all the things. Well, you guys, okay, and I specifically set my alarm this way. I set it in 2 ways. I set it on my Alexa and I set it on my iPhone. And my iPhone stays in my like living room area charging throughout the night. So I have to physically wake up in the morning and I have to go to my iPhone to turn off the alarm. And obviously I'm laying in bed, so I just turn Alexa off. Okay, so 5:15 a.m. rolls around the next morning and I go to grab my phone and I shut off the alarm. And without any type of thought, I lay back in bed. And I end up sleeping until 8 a.m. And let me tell you guys the type of energy that I had yesterday. I was so mad at myself because I've experienced like waking up like prior to Miami. I've woken up at 5:15 and be like, nah, screw it. Like, I'm going to go back to bed. But then there's like a voice inside my head that's like, no, Nikki, like get up, do the things. Like, I usually rise above the voice in my head, or I'm like, yo, that's a little bitch voice. Like, don't listen to her. Go do the things. But like, I totally caved and I didn't do the things on Tuesday morning. And so my energy throughout the day yesterday was just a little flat. And mainly I attribute it to this saying, right? A body in motion stays in motion. A body at rest stays at rest. And so throughout my whole trip, I didn't work out. Was I getting steps in? Yes, but I didn't physically work out. Typically, I release a lot of energy by working out. And so my body, I felt, guys, I can't explain the level of tiredness that I felt on Monday and that I felt on Tuesday. Like, I was overly exhausted. My brain was so foggy. I was doing things that I'm like, I caught myself and like, whoa, Nikki, like, what are you doing? Like, almost like I was pouring yolk for Maverick into his food, but like I have to juggle the yolk back and forth inside the eggshell. And I usually do it over our glass, but I was doing it over, because to save the egg yolk in the glass, I was doing it over his kibble. And I'm like, whoa. Oh, he only gets the yolk. I get the egg whites. And like, I just was doing little small things. I was like, Nikki, what are you doing? Like, you're not thinking clearly, or you're not thinking straight, or like your thinking is fogged. And like that happened multiple times throughout the day yesterday. And so, and also on Monday too as well. Like, I was just doing small things. I was like, why is this so hard right now? Life felt so hard. Not to mention, I had a pounding headache all day yesterday, and I just felt so freaking tired. And I really attribute it to the fact that my body had been at rest longer than what I'm typically used to. And so it had almost been like almost a week that I hadn't worked out. And I was like, nah, like and the fact that like I let that morning, like I'm kind of going on here right now. Stay with me. I promise you I'm going to get somewhere with this. So when I woke up in the morning and I did all the things, right, and I hit the snooze button, I slept till 8 a.m., I was really mad at myself for a good duration of the day. And I was like, but come like 4 o'clock in the afternoon when I had gotten all the things done, I could have just allowed me sleeping in and allowing the day to compile on itself with all the things that I had to do before my next trip, take control of the day and me not work out. But I was like, no, I am someone that like, I will never stoop down to that type of BS, right? Like I have the time in my day, and I will say this out loud, affirmation, all of the things. I have the ability to go get it done. It's in my control. It's my choice, right? So I had the choice to either allow me to say, oh, the day is going to get away from me. The day is going to pile up. I have all these things I had to do. I'm not going to be able to work out. I didn't choose to go down that path. I didn't choose to accept that BS of myself. While it is true, I still have the choice and I still have the time to go and work out. So what I did is I marched myself downstairs. There's a little gym in my apartment building. Marched myself down there and I got in a killer leg day. Yeah, I treated myself to a leg day with my first workout back in like a couple of days. And I'm actually going to share this in a tactic too as well. And I'm not going to give it away because I want you guys to listen to these tactics, but like, it wasn't like a full blown workout. It was still a challenging workout and just what I needed to move the energy throughout my body and feel so damn good afterwards. The headache was gone. The mental fog was gone. The feeling tired was gone. I can't explain or express to you guys how drastic of a difference I felt from Monday and half of Tuesday into Tuesday evening after my workout and today. It's an absolute game changer feeling. I feel so damn good and I totally attribute it to moving my body. So if you're someone struggling to get back into the routine and like you feel so tired because you're tired from your travels, that while that is like I understand that, go move your body. Because you're going to feel so insanely, it's just so much better. I'm going to share these tactics with you in a second. I promise you. Ladies, are you feeling frustrated with body changes you're experiencing during menopause? It's time to take control. If you're between 45 and 65 years old and tired of struggling with body fat and muscle loss, WarriorBabe is here for you. At WarriorBabe, we've helped over 18,000 women just like you lose body fat, build toned muscle, and understand their bodies better with personalized plans based on hormone and thyroid testing and more. Imagine knowing exactly what your body needs to see real results and results that last. Look, don't wait anymore. Take charge of your health and join our community of strong, empowered women. Visit WarriorBabe.com/apply today to start your transformation. That's WarriorBabe.com/apply. All right, let's get back to the show. But then but then I kept my promise to myself. Okay. So even though I didn't get my workout in the morning and I was really hard on myself in the day, I still got my workout in that day. And then I went to bed Tuesday night, last night, set my alarm for 5:15 in the morning and set the Alexa as well. And this morning I woke up 5:15 and I did my routine and I got my workout done this morning. And it's just these little small things that make you feel so damn proud of yourself. And with this conference that I was at, Venus Williams said that discipline is freedom. Discipline is when you get what you want. Having no discipline, you get what you don't want. Okay, I'm probably saying that a little bit different, but that is so damn true. If you have the discipline, if I have the discipline to wake up at 5:15 in the morning, you guys that do your morning workouts, you get what you want. You get the feel good feelings. You're proud of yourself. You've accomplished, I think, and personally, one of the hardest things that you're going to have to deal with in the day is getting your workout done and find the time to make it happen. And it's done. And you get what you want. And so today I feel so good. I'm like, my energy is so high. And so that is my experience with struggling to get back into my routine, but making sure that I held true to not caving to my excuses, to holding my promises, and then to most importantly, following through. So those are the three like big takeaways that I would say from my experience to put into your world too as well whenever you're traveling or coming home from a post-travel, right? If you're struggling to get into it, keep promises. I forget those two things I just said. If you're struggling to get into it, do those three things that I just said. Okay, now let me dive into the 5 tactics that I want you guys to think about and then, understand how they can help you when you're traveling and coming home from post-travel and dealing with post-travel and trying to get back into your routine. And then if you have any trips coming up, put it to work. Put these tactics to work, because I guarantee you're going to feel so good when you implement these 5 things. Because if you're someone who just comes home and you're from travels and like you allow the tiredness to take over, it's going to take you like a week and a half to get back into your routine. You don't want that, because then you're a week and a half further away from the goals that you want to accomplish. So the first one that I have to say, and this one I mentioned earlier, that typically when I come home right away, I'm meal prepping and I'm back to my routine with food. It's typically, people always say that workout is the easiest thing to do. I find that nutrition is one of the easiest things to do. And so I come home, I make sure I'm chugging a bunch of water, and I make sure that I'm setting myself up for success in terms of the nutrition world. I will take out the chicken. I will let it defrost. I will take out the ground beef. This week I only took out the chicken because I'm traveling again tomorrow. And so I didn't want to take out too much meat and then it all go bad because I'm not going to be able to eat it. But I focus on that control, right? I take this out, I meal prep it, and I'm set to go for the days and weeks ahead with my nutrition. That's number 1. Stay hydrated, drink a shit ton of water, because when you're traveling, and I noticed this too for myself, I didn't drink nearly enough water. And then when you're flying, you're naturally getting dehydrated in that process. So make sure you're staying hydrated, and make sure that one of your big focal points, second to exercise, first to exercise, is focusing on eating better. Because this is what I would say. Like, I want to go back into working out within the day. And you heard me say that, like, I went golfing on Monday. I would have taken the whole day Monday to eat right and to get my body back to what I had been doing prior to me leaving, right? Because that type of food on that day is going to help me fuel my workout for the next day. If I go and try and work out the day after travel, typically I'm always extra sore because I hadn't given my body the right energy and nutrients to help it recover. So just a little hack for you guys there. Take the day after you travel, or even 2, if you're like traveling overseas and your clock is all out of whack, to just focus on eating right. Okay, so that's tactic number 1. Number 2, I said earlier that I took a nap on Monday, right? So number 2 is give yourself time to adjust, right? Understand that it's so normal to feel out of sorts after a trip. And especially too, if you're traveling overseas, like I had just mentioned with the time zone, but allow yourself to adjust back into your space. And that's exactly what I did Monday, right? Like, I knew that I wasn't going to be full prime in work, full prime in workouts and all the things. So I just took a day to kind of readjust myself back into my space here. And that's why I took a nap in the afternoon, which goes into number 3. Prioritize rest. Okay. So Monday I was really tired. And then this is where I said earlier, like, I didn't beat myself up too much because I was exhausted. I just spent the whole weekend talking to a bunch of different people, spewing my energy to a bunch of different people. and being in different like areas throughout the whole trip. And so that's, I'm an extrovert at heart, but like sometimes I need to go introvert into my own space. And I was physically, mentally exhausted from this trip in such a good way, but I needed to rest. And so that's why I took a 2-hour nap after golfing on Monday, and I slept for 10 hours that night. So afterwards, like thinking and speaking this out loud, when I hit the snooze button and went back to bed and got to sleep for 3 extra hours, I'm not mad at myself. My body needed that rest. And so I would say prioritize your rest. And typically you're going to find that within the first 1 or 2 days, right? If you're traveling overseas, it may take you a couple more days, but make sure you're just prioritizing that. And you're going to know when you feel better because you're going to feel like a new human when you've gotten caught up on your rest. Now, the fourth one that I want to talk about, which I touched on a little bit earlier when I said that I did finally go get my workout done yesterday, and I walked downstairs to the gym and I got it done. But this is the thing, I didn't implement all of the sets that I normally would have. I focused on just gentle exercise. And I would encourage you guys to do the same because like you go almost a week without lifting, you may not feel as strong as you did prior to traveling. And so trying to go back, and plus you're not eating as well, you're not hydrated as well, you're not sleeping as well when you're traveling. So trying to go back into your routine and pushing yourself to the max, like Hulk mode, I wouldn't recommend. And so I went downstairs and I just did some gentle exercise. I only kept it to 3 sets for my whole entire workout. And I didn't go nearly as heavy as I normally would. And I feel great today. I'm not overly sore. I can sit down on the toilet without having to use the handicap side or using my sink to pull me down, right? So I just kept it super gentle. And then the last one that I would highly encourage you guys to do is when you come home, encompassing all of the things that I just said, is that you create a structured schedule, right? Be clear for yourself. For me personally, I only had 3 days. I kind of jacked up in the beginning, although I needed that rest, right? But now I did a workout last night, I did a workout this morning, and I traveled tomorrow. So it's like 50-50. But like what I would say is like you can, when you come home, create a structured schedule for your whole week, right? When are you working out? What are the days that you plan to work out? Obviously, you probably have to push it back a couple of days. So when can you get your 4 days of workout in? If you take 2 rest days, 3 rest days at the beginning, whatever it's needed for you. And then, start prepping your nutrition, prioritize sleeping, all the things. But I challenge you, when you come home, creating a structured schedule is going to be an absolute game changer to your success for the week, and more importantly to your follow through. Okay, because when you write it down and you can see it and you plan it all out, all you need to do is execute on it. And when you execute on it, you're going to feel amazing. You're going to feel incredible. You're going to be so proud of yourself. You kept these small promises to yourself and you showed up for yourself and you're getting it done. So those are the 5 tactics that I would encourage you to focus on if you're struggling to get back into a routine post-travel. The first one, again, was stay hydrated and eat well. The second one was give yourself time to adjust. Number 3 was prioritize rest. Number 4 was gentle exercise. And number 5 was creating a structured schedule. But most importantly, keep the promises to yourself, show up for yourself, and follow through, or whatever those 3 things that I said were the key point takeaways earlier. It had to do with those 3. But all in all, it's your choice to make it happen when you come home. So stay committed and get it done. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next podcast. Peace out. Hey guys, real quick. If you're interested in taking your body to the next level, lose body fat, build more muscle, feel more confident, do it alongside one of our 30+ professional coaches. Work one-on-one with her to eliminate all of the guesswork that you may have, and all you need to do is just do the work that she tells you to do to get to those goals of yours. Now, to learn more, click the link below this podcast and apply to our VIP program right now.